17 weeks.
Buzz. Can you hear that buzzing in the background?
17 weeks. I hope not. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna pretend it's not there, like our $1 trillion debt.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. Like, I stopped caring about that shit, like, a long time ago. It's like, ever since I was 14, I knew we weren't getting Social Security, so I just said, like, you know, and it's like, fuck it. I gotta make my own debt.
It's one of those hard truths, bruh.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. You gotta just go through with it. I don't really have an opening.
We never do, dude. Like, that's the magic.
Yeah.
It started out as like, hey, let's just do this and see how it goes, and then it's just what it is.
It's just I show up here every other week, and
I
I just so happen to have a microphone on me, so we may as well record something.
Oh, okay, I'm down.
By the way, my man's got his ears pierced. Congratulations.
Hey.
I'll be following suit soon. I want to get an earring with a feather. That's the only reason why I want to get my ears pierced. I want a collection of earrings with feathers.
You gotta get the dangles.
Yeah.
Like the dangle ear. Like, I keep trying to find some that aren't all like bar or like chain of studs. And I'm just like, nigga, do y'all just not make like dangle or drop earrings that are aesthetically pleasing? Like, the only ones that I found that are really even cool are the fucking Patara earrings. Like, every other one is just generic as fuck.
Yeah. It takes some searching online. Like,
I
for
guess.
That's probably what you'll have to do is just go online, because you're not gonna find a fucking place. Because
like even on Wish, man, like the options are just like super limited.
What about Etsy? Have you checked them out?
No, but it's in the same vein as Wish, because 9 times out of 10, if I search some shit on Wish, Etsy has it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I could probably commission somebody on Etsy to make some. Maybe that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
I'll just let the holes close before I do that.
Yeah, that's just a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a little.
Because I don't wanna. I'm just impatient. I ain't even gonna say that like it's.
I
just don't want to wait.
All you think is fucking like, you know, we thick.
That ain't even impatience. That's just negligence. That's years of bad habits that are trying to be broken in like the course of some months.
Yeah.
I haven't stopped though. I haven't. Cannot stop.
That's great.
I can't. I wanna, but I can't. I just want to eat. I want to eat Zaxby's as much as I used to.
Oh my god, I haven't actually had Zaxby's in a long time, because, like, you know, I've been on binging with Babish a lot, and it's like I'll be on there. He has some good, healthy, like, vegetable recipes and stuff. But then I saw like him make a fresh at home baked ziti. My nigga, I went out and bought pots and shit to make that shit.
My man's had to make a trip to Williams Sonoma real quick.
Man, I actually went. I got one of them flower color ones with the top, like the old crock pot or whatever that your auntie got.
And
fucking got the goddamn sweet Italian sausage, beef, all that. Made a big ass thing of it. I had that shit ate up in like 2 days.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, shit and bricks.
It's so worth it though.
Fucking that ricotta and everything. Woo! And fresh mozzarella.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, my lord. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are we doing? Where do you want to kick it off?
Talk about rich niggas and the fact that they think that they can do black and or brown face, because people seem to be confused that blackface is kind of a general term.
Yeah.
Even when somebody does like an Indian character and they paint themselves brown, that's still
just as bigoted.
It's not right. It's not literal blackface, but you know, blackface is a term.
It's a catch-all term.
Right. It's a blanket term.
Yeah. It's you know, it's a lot of lack of forethought.
Yeah.
Honest to God. Because, you know, and this also like kind of wrangles into something else that has bothered me over the past presidency. Which we'll be getting into that, the hot news on that.
Boy.
But back when the election first started, right? Remember when there was the big move to Canada movement, and like the actual website for immigration in Canada shut down because so many people were on there after Trump won. And people were treating Canada as if it's some sort of post-race kind of area where like white people don't exist with preconceived notions about people of color. And all you have to do is go look down like the history of hockey and see like black people trying to make it in the NHL to see where that goes. As a matter of fact, we had an incident not too long ago where a hockey player got 5 minutes for fighting and was in the little bench area, and one of the fans was yelled at him basketball, was taunting him with basketball. And
wow.
Yeah, it's not very creative, but at the same time, it's like very on the nose.
That's like, I wouldn't even be offended by that. I'm like, bro, is this man alright?
It was a woman.
Does he got the spurg? Like, does he? Is that what's really going on? I was like, basketball? We're clearly not playing basketball, dude.
This guy is confused. This person needs help. He got delirious. But, So, finally, proving my point, the most progressive and liberal leader in the world, Mr. Trudeau himself, had a yearbook, which is where these things usually seem to come up nowadays.
It's always a fucking yearbook. Or just like an offshoot picture.
And it's like, I'm sure, like, let's say that Trudeau's not a racist idiot maniac, alright? And let's just say that he is actually, like, a good guy. Maybe even, like, he was back then, but he's learned over the years.
Right.
Let's just give him that. The one thing he didn't count on was the internet. And that he'd live in a time where somebody from back, because I'm thinking, like, I have my own headcanon about the situation. Like, there's just a guy who, like, Trudeau stole his girl, like the picture he was taking, that was his girl, and he was just like, you'll see.
So I'm gonna show you.
You'll all see. One day. Back in '85, he had to make like Xeroxes, and he ran out of quarters, and it didn't come out right because the blackface was covering it up, so they couldn't even tell it was Trudeau.
Right.
But now, with the advent of the internet,
we have clarity.
We got that 1080p racism. Where we can see that shit. We can see the pores, nigga. We can make it out by your cheekbones, Justin. We know that's you, Justin.
JT.
And so it's like he finally got his revenge. And like after he released it and saw the fire, I just imagine that guy like taking the fucking yearbook, setting it on fire, and blowing up his house with him inside.
It's like
just
it's done.
My work here is done.
It is done.
I must now return to my people. And okay, but anyway, this seems to be like a thing with like these elite schools.
Yeah.
Like, because there was that situation where at, like, Stanford or Harvard, where there was these guys that were having a Halloween party, and people were, like, the fucking right, like, alt-right or whatever, like, the pretend alt-right people who are just running YouTube channels and bashing
edgy,
left.
Edgy
bashing
YouTube
left
tools. Yeah.
more is really the appropriate term. They were getting on their case because they wrote out a list of outfits that aren't, okay. And one of them was like Indian wear and or Native American wear, I should say. And of course, blackface was on it. And they're trying, those guys, they always gotta try and make up an excuse. Well, why are you trying to limit my freedom by telling me what I can and cannot wear? Well, you're on campus,
So it's like y'all, you love to pull it's the company's rules when somebody wants to like have their hair colored or wear their hair a certain way. You completely understand that they can't because the company doesn't want to be represented that way.
Right.
But when that same logic is applied to you, and you go into a school or any other public place of business, why are you trying to limit my freedoms?
Yeah.
That's a fun conversation that I can't wait to have. Probably within the next few months.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah, that's right. Halloween is just about around the corner, so
yeah.
I want to see who's gonna fuck it up this year.
Halloween's around the corner. Re-election's around the corner. Whole bunch of dialogue to be had come November.
Yeah, we got plenty of material to take us into 2020.
Boy.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be. Man, I don't know what we're gonna do after the guy gets either impeached or fucking, he just loses. But it should be fun.
Like I think either branch in the timeline is gonna be a fun conversation.
Oh yeah. Well, either way, There's actually lists. I'm not going to go through the list of everybody who's been caught with blackface, but you notice it's always these elitist,
Yep.
like high political connections, high business connection folks.
Yep. And it only comes up around fucking election time.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Which is, it's almost as if these things were pre-planned, but
right. It's
I can't make that decision.
You know what? I'm not gonna say shit when he goes to the U.S. to try and fight for niggas to do something about climate change. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
re-election's up. Oh, guess who did BrownFace? Everybody seems to like him now. Now's the time to do it.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you, man. The guy was like ready. He was sitting on that shit for like 20, 30 years.
And even then, man, like, it's... I get it. I get certain parts of the area have, like, no type of racial sensitivity in their culture.
Yeah.
I understand that. And even then, like, he's not... Justin Trudeau is not a cosplayer.
Right.
When the picture came out, he didn't try to justify it. It was like, man, I did it. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't even try to hide it. I did it so long ago that it was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you know what's actually my favorite line out of this whole thing? I was on CNN.com, like, this was a day or so after the story broke. And, like, Justin Trudeau said, like, preemptively, he's like, I don't know how many more of these are out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize. I'm like, how much blackface did you do, my nigga?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
what the fuck were y'all building?
And like a lot of I know in the cosplay community it's like I just want to be more accurate to the character. Like you can't dress as the character and have their hair and be recognized as the character. That's really all it is.
Yeah, honestly.
And I'm like, I'm going for accuracy. And I'm not saying that's what the case was with Justin because, like, as of now, it's an isolated incident.
Yes.
And again, when he got called out on it, he didn't try to justify it.
He was out there the same day saying some
right.
shit
And it's like, hey, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad. If anybody was offended, my fault. Which is the route that you should take.
Yeah.
Because I'm not above thinking that people, fuck up and grow and change.
Yeah.
Like, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, it's an isolated incident.
Yeah.
There aren't, like, as of today, there aren't, like, 30 pictures of this man out here doing this shit, like, wearing brown face with a vest strapped to his chest or, like, doing blackface with a gun sideways in a picture. I mean, it's Canada, so you don't really have guns like that or access to guns like that. It's not... It's an issue. It was addressed. I think we need to move on from it.
Yeah, and
and
the reason why we can say that before anyone gets their panties in a twist is because of the fact that he came out so quickly,
immediately after it broke,
said what needed to be said, which is, "I'm sorry, I fucked up." It's not that hard to do.
He didn't try to say, "Oh man, that was 20, 30 years ago."
Yeah,
he didn't try to blame people for being too sensitive. Like, he owned up to his shit. It was like, I could see how somebody that's not me could take offense to that.
Right.
My bad.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
And,
man.
like, he doesn't seem to be that way. Because, I mean, you never 100% know somebody.
Right.
But, like, he doesn't seem like, that's his bag. It's just, like, casual racism.
Yeah.
Even, like, just... overtly offensive humor. Like, that just doesn't seem like him.
Yeah.
And once again, that's one of those things. It was 20, 30 years ago. Mans was probably in college.
Oh, he was. That was the college yearbook.
Right. Didn't think anything of it. Just, all right, cool. I did it for a Halloween party.
Once again, it's done. He was thinking no one's going to see this other than the people in
that
this
are
room.
here. Right? It's like, okay, cool. Whatever.
So it was just like, okay, well, I'm done. I've done it. Now I moved on. It was a dumb thing, but hey, I can be stupid for one night. Right? No one's gonna see this.
Because like he was the same dude that got elected the first time.
Right.
He's still the same person after this picture broke.
Yeah.
Like, that shit does not change him. Clearly, he's changed.
Oh yeah. Since that time, I don't think, like, if you offered him the same thing to do today, he'd
probably say hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, he knows. I mean, it's 2019, and he's like I said, he is one of the more progressive leaders in the world right now.
Yep.
And a person that a lot of people would love to see do some stuff down here or have a similar kind of actor down here
Facts.
running for president. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to bring up because we skipped last week, so it was just kind of sitting there. But once again, like with the current uprise in Takeshi and Peaches are on everyone's mind right now. Peaches. So I'll let you take the peach. Peaches. Impeachment.
Oh.
Yeah, we're throwing in a peach party.
Peaches.
Yeah.
I was like, did I miss some shit? Like, is we did. I don't remember talking about peaches.
Well,
I'm dumb.
I'll strike that joke off the notepad.
I'm dumb.
It was. I need to work on the setup a little more.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was my fault. That was a little bit outside the box.
It's all right, man.
That's a ball on me.
I'm stupid. But yeah, so like we're officially at the point where Nancy Pelosi introduced the impeachment inquiry against Donald.
Right, was during the next election.
No.
So it just keeps getting better.
So like there's a couple of things. Like I don't wanna go on like this huge rant about it, but like now it's to the point where even your most vehement supporters, the question's there. Like even if they don't want to impeach him, which they don't,
right?
You have to start questioning. Well, damn, this man has an actual impeachment inquiry against him that's like gaining traction and holding weight. What the fuck is actually going on?
Like that. For once out of these last 4 years, they're just like,
holy shit, they made headway.
Okay, this is getting crazy. Grab him by the pussy. Could let that shit go.
Let that one go.
He mentioned, what was it, like Article 11, Article 14, where he said basically I can do whatever I want.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's just like, he's being a bit hyperbolic. Nah. He literally called Ukraine and said, I need you to do me a favor.
Yep, I need you to get some dirt on Biden. And then on top of that, there was the Mueller investigation. Hella indictments across the board.
Oh my
Hella resignations from his cabinet. If they didn't resign, they were getting fired left and right.
Yeah, I told him this is the first fucking this is the first cabinet with a fucking rotating door.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers coming in with pink slips and shit.
Fucking spice rack, bro. It's like lazy Susan. But at some point you have to. Most smart people would think, all right, this shit's been going on consistently for 3 years. Maybe it's not just the fact that some people don't like him.
Maybe
this is some pretty serious shit, man. Like, on top of like you preaching your "Make America Great Again" rhetoric, you've praised the leaders of countries that A, don't like us.
Yeah.
B, are almost completely totalitarian with their leadership. You basically look like a bitch in front of them. Mm-hmm. Like, because you was talking it was good smoke when you were on the campaign trail.
Oh yeah.
Fuck China doing all this shit. China. Then when you get to China, it's like I love the Chinese people. Y'all work hard. The leadership's great.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy, my guy.
He talks out of his ass.
Keep that same fucking energy, bro.
Yeah, he's been talking out of his ass for 3 years.
For like 70, however.
Well, yeah, but in the context of what we're currently going through, he's been talking shit back and forth, and it hasn't changed, not one time.
Yeah,
this is it. Right here.
Yeah.
My thing is like that I've been seeing, because I don't know the numbers off the top of my head of how many votes they need in order to actually impeach. I think it was like 218.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough Democrats. Like they have like 201 Democrats.
Yeah. To actually do
that will vote. So they need to get other people from the other side.
Right. And I mean they're there. It's just a matter of will they actually make that vote when the necessary time comes.
Yeah, and that's going to be the tricky part, and that's the reason why I think this is all in time. If you're going to do this, you got to go all the way in. They already sent a subpoena out for one of the folks Giuliani is on record saying that if Donald Trump told him not to testify, Giuliani said that I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay, so fucking like, so you want to talk about a bitch? But you know, he is on a leash. But anyway, here's the deal. They go through with the impeachment procedures, and they don't make a solid case to impeach him. They're gonna have egg on their face.
Oh yeah,
the Democrats.
But there's like, the thing about it is there is plenty of like actual evidence to support it.
That's the reason. But that's the thing. It's like they got the evidence. Do they have the people to get it done?
Right.
Like to make the case, because not only are you, because this isn't something that's going to go out on a vote to the American people.
No.
Because if that was the case,
he never would have made it.
Yeah, but it's going to be something that they have to do on their end. If they don't get through with it, you can chalk 2020 down to Trump. I guarantee fucking because he's going to ride that shit. Like with the Russia investigation, he's still riding on that shit, talking about that was a witch hunt. And
it's a witch hunt that got like half of your fucking people indicted. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like but he still goes on it. It's still a rhetoric tool that he uses that still works. If you go through with impeachment procedures and he does not come out impeached, fucking guy's gonna look like the Teflon Don, and they're going to be like, and you think you're not gonna have. Think Biden won't do shit against them.
Nope.
Warren won't do shit against them. Yang won't do shit against them. It doesn't matter who you put up there.
Nope.
He's gonna come through, like, because he's gonna look like Superman.
Yeah.
And he's gonna tout whatever statistics that he has that says the economy's doing this, it's doing that, even though we're supposed to be heading towards a recession or whatever. He's gonna go ride that shit all the way till the cows come home, and so
all the way to 2024.
And if he has his way, probably beyond. So,
probably dead by then.
Oh, we could be so lucky. And a whole lot of other people like him too. But either way, that's what makes me nervous. Yeah. Is like, because technically speaking, I don't have a dog in this fight, other than the fact that I live in the country.
Right.
So, you know, I want to see how this
where
fucking
it goes.
Works. Yeah, I want to see if we can make this be, you know, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Because like they only need 17 votes from the Republicans, 17 votes from the other side, and like for the past couple of years, even like long-standing Republicans have been like, you know what, I don't support this man.
Right.
This isn't what I believe that the party stands for. Like folks like Bush Jr. saying like, I don't fuck with that. Like, I don't fucks with this man, bro. This is not what this party's about, dog.
Yeah, same with Ted Cruz, I think, as well.
Like Ted Cruz. I think the only one that didn't really say anything was the other one. Not Cruz, but what's his name? Rubio.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the only one that didn't really say anything.
Yeah. No, he was like, he's trying to be the peacekeeper. Right.
Trying to be neutral. Yeah. It's just like, and I know, like, I'm not dumb, man. Even if we get Trump out, that's just gonna lead to Pence, which is Diet Trump.
He might actually be worse.
He might be worse.
Honestly, with like Donald Trump doesn't come out and say that he doesn't like homosexuals, even though you kind of get that vibe. Pence is on record.
Yeah, that man's like,
he's on record as saying that he ain't down for that. He's on record that he's anti-women's rights as far as autonomy to their body, as far as abortion is concerned.
That shit, nigga.
He is like, he might be Diet Trump, but he's got extra aspartame.
Yeah,
your kidneys are going to fail.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what you're sipping.
Total renal shutdown. Of the democracy.
Oh yeah, your kidneys, America's kidneys are failing, and fucking. I had somewhere to go with that, but it has something to do with like Lady Liberty bent over.
You're like over 2, dog.
Yeah, it's a Saturday, all right. Yeah, this feels like a fucking Saturday. I've been working like 60-hour weeks. It's fucking tired.
God.
Yeah, I'm almost done with it though. I'm almost done.
Yeah, I believe in you, dude.
Oh yeah, no. After this, I'm gonna get my podcast back into the gym. I'm getting that gym membership. This time, I'm for real. It's like time number 10
But this time, 10 times the charm.
Yeah, 10th time's the charm, and if not, it'll be the 11th for sure.
Right. Better late than never, my guy.
Well, it's one of those things that you fucking like. You know, I've gone. This year has been rough. It's been up and down for me.
Damn.
In more ways than one. But it's like, beforehand I had the excuse that I couldn't fucking, like, I was just, like, depressed and I didn't know anything about it. I've got a doctor, I've got psychiatrists, I've got medicine, I have training and tools on how to handle that shit. No more excuses. I want to be sexy.
I believe in you, dog.
Muscly sexy. Right now I'm thick sexy.
Like we gonna be bad bitches come next fall.
Woo! Girl, let me tell you.
Fucking idiot.
I want them to throw a dime off my ass. That shit just bounce off. Comes off $1.
Dumbass.
Yeah. That
Last thing I just remembered. Fucking Greta Thunberg. The chick that, like...
She dead yet?
No, why would she be? She's 15.
I was thinking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Jesus
Never mind.
Christ.
That's like 0-4 now. Fuck.
Yeah, like we got... Goddamn.
We'll have to reschedule. We might have to start over.
I was just like, bro, why the fuck would she be dead? Dog? She's 15.
We might need to start this one over.
Good God.
Take 6.
But no, she's the girl that like basically gathered like 15 other young adults and teenagers and sued the UN for gross negligence. Yeah. Which is amazing because that shit needed to happen.
That big dick energy right there.
That's huge.
Honestly,
huge cack.
That Tetaroon, look him up on hentai. That kind of dick energy.
Bruh.
Fucking, like, I'm telling you, like, there are people that just don't understand. And I've been arguing this ever since Trump got elected. He has done more to galvanize youth on both ends. People who agree with what he says and likes his presidency, and people who stand against and represent the opposite. He's done more to galvanize young folks.
Right.
She doesn't have a vote yet, and yet she is making more impact.
Yep. She doesn't even live here.
Yeah, exactly. And she doesn't even fucking live here. But she has the ability to get people up, young folks pissed off.
Yep.
And like the same with I forget her name, and I'm sorry, but it was after one of the school shootings. It was featured in that Michael Moore documentary, and I fucking can't stand that. I don't remember her name. But like there's been just movement after movement. People, these young folks standing up. And I hate the response that you get from these adults. They're just like, you're young, you're too young, you need to sit down. You need to sit down and shut up. You're a kid. We don't need to be listening to these kids.
So look, you can't complain that teenage girls sit on Instagram and YouTube all day, like only care about music and a social life 24/7. Self-image and building their own confidence. You can't complain about that shit and in the same breath be like, what do you know about the climate and how to actually sue somebody in politics? You need to go back and be a kid.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to do that in that same breath. Like, and the funny thing is, all of the criticism is spoken from people that never left their hometown in 50 years.
Yes.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, the left is using her as a puppet. Bro, like, Sweden doesn't even subscribe to the two-party system like in the same capacity that we do.
They're the like, state that you bring up when people talk about how socialism doesn't work.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, for one, she doesn't live here. 2, we don't know her political affiliations.
Right.
3, even if she was, she did this on her own because she realizes, unlike y'all that are probably gonna be dead in 30 years, that in 30 years shit's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, it's gonna be irreversible.
And like, she don't want to live in that.
Yeah.
So she took the stand and did the right thing. It's like, hey, yo, I'm suing y'all because y'all are fucking up our futures.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're supposed to do. And like, of course, all the fucking mouth breathers came out. It was like, oh, it's just, you're a kid. Go back to being a kid. And then it's like she posted a picture, or I think it was her, think she posted it on her Instagram of her like on a train, like eating candy on her phone and shit, and then like all the comments under that were like, "This is today's youth. They're so like, general boomer shit."
Yeah.
I'm just like, what do you want? What do you want from her?
They want her to sit down and shut up and go away. That's what they
But
want.
we don't want you to sit down and shut up and go away in that manner.
Yeah, no, they want her out of sight, out of mind. That's the thing. Like, they want her not on their headlines. They don't want to see her picture. They don't want to even know that she has a fucking opinion and actually has, like, the ability to think. Because the thing that she said that caught my attention was the thing that I've been saying for years. Don't listen to me. You politicians need to get the fuck off of the internet and listen to the fucking scientists who actually look at this shit.
Yeah.
They actually have evidence. They can prove what's going on. And the biggest scary thing about this all is that if you actually do read the literature and you see what they're talking about, once we reach a certain point,
you cannot fix it.
It's runaway. It's like, gone. Like, it's only gonna get worse, and it's only gonna until the Earth restabilizes at a higher temperature. Glaciers, rising sea levels, fucking people losing their homes, entire nations actually restructuring because the water level is rising.
It's just so wild, man.
Oh, God. But she's 15, so clearly she doesn't know what she's talking about.
People seem to think that their opinion on the matter outweighs, like, scientific fact. Bruh. Nature will adapt and fix itself and thrive. We won't.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, if the planet says, okay, the default temperature, or not the default, the average temperature from May to September is now going to be 110 degrees. Plants are going to adapt to that. They'll probably take up less sun because it's more intense. Yep. They'll still grow. Yep. They'll still clean whatever CO2 is left in the air. They will still, it might take a minute for them to adapt to that.
But the oceans will still be absorbing CO2.
That's what I'm saying.
Then evaporation.
Like,
the system will continue.
That's what I'm saying. The system will continue without us. It did it for billions of years before us, and I'm pretty sure it'll do it billions of years after us.
Yep, until the sun eats it whole.
Yeah, until the sun explodes and eats the whole fucking galaxy.
Yep. So, there you go. So, I mean, well,
solar system. Because, like, there's, like, at least 200 stars that are way bigger than our sun. They just aren't the same type of star. They just aren't red stars.
Right.
Them bitches go damn near everything goes.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's gonna be fun. The sun's gonna expand, destroy the Earth, and everything else within it.
Finally. And
I mean, it can't happen soon enough. Honestly, at this point, I mean, we need to start over. Like I've always said.
Yeah, we need a hard reset. Bro.
People are like, because Elon Musk, I think, has some sort of thing going on today where he's gonna be talking about the rocket ship to Mars and like his Mars plans. I'm like, no, we don't need. We can't fucking take care of here. Yeah. The only reason why people are taking this seriously is because they recognize that we're gonna fuck this one up, and we gotta need a backup. We're gonna need a spare car that we can rely on when this car breaks down.
Because I was like, bro, Mars is basically what Earth is going to be probably in the next 70, 80 years. Like,
just a big red ball.
Like, if y'all can't make it here, you're not gonna go to Mars and make it like Earth used to be.
They're gonna have pods with grass, and inside it'll probably have
biodome.
Yeah. It's probably gonna have like a little HD screen or whatever to replicate like clouds and blue skies and shit.
That's fun.
And that's like that was that Halo or was it not BioShock? Anyway, there was one game that had that shit. Huh?
0 for 5.
Oh yeah. No man, I think that's 7.
Is it 7? I thought it was 5. I thought we were just at 4.
No man, I think alright, we'll see.
No, that might be that's 6 because fucking the Greta Thunberg thing. So yeah, we're at 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to make sure we get that straight before.
Jesus. God.
I swear to God, I went to bed last night.
Nah, man.
At like 10.
No.
Which is early for me. Because like the night before I didn't go to bed till like 4 and got up at like 9. And I woke up this morning at 7. And I roll out of bed I walk downstairs, and it's like, this is my closest to a day off, and I'm getting up earlier than I do on my work days.
Jesus Christ.
This fucking blows.
Yeah. Like, I've had to get up at 7:30 the past 2 days, and I've been off. This shit's garbage, man. This shit sucks. But, like I was saying, man, like, nature will always adapt. It's done it. That's how it survives.
Yeah.
We will not be so fortunate.
No. We're gonna be, like, who was it that said that? Ben Shapiro was talking about the fucking race. I think I mentioned this before, but his stupid ass comment where we were talking about the water level rising because of climate change and affecting people's homes in like Florida and people on the coastline. And he was like, let's say that happens and that's true. Don't you think people will just sell their homes? It's like, to who?
Like, my nigga, that's not the point. Like, y'all, like, that whole camp loves to dance around the point. The point isn't that people would lose their homes. The point is that the earth is changing to make shit uninhabitable.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck cares what they do with their homes, bro? Like, you can't build on water, nigga. Like, if Florida's entire fucking tip,
right?
No pause. If Florida's entire tip was to get submerged by water, you're not gonna rebuild that.
Yeah, it's gone.
Like, you're gonna like restructure the surviving parts to kind of wall off the water, or make something like a pier or panhandle. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Make like readjust the panhandle, basically. Right. You're not gonna build where the water is. That's not how land mass works. That's not how foundations work.
Well, he's not a scientist.
Like people will just sell their homes. It's not about the fucking monetary value, nigga.
Like, who are they? But it's like, who's buying them?
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck would buy them?
Who's gonna buy an underwater house, Ben?
Like, coastal states and countries and islands suffer the most risk if the water levels rise, man.
Yeah.
Japan is all islands. That shit's that island chain.
Yes.
Nigga.
Yeah. No, Hawaii too. And like, there's gonna be. I mean, it just happens. Like, sometimes you feel like it should just happen because like people aren't going to take it seriously
until it does.
Until it actually happens and it's too late.
Yeah. So, oh man, we probably should have done that.
Oh no, they'll say this is a new problem. They'll be like, oh well, no one could have seen this coming. Well, what is our politicians going to do about these rising sea levels that are happening abruptly?
What are the politicians?
What are politicians?
That's like the biggest problem with the majority of the adult population.
It's just like there's so many old people that need to die off.
What are the politicians? Not the scientists.
Right.
Not the climatologists that told us 10 years ago that shit was looking a little harsh.
Yeah.
What is my elected official going to do? Fuck out of here, Margaret. Die in a fire. That's.
Yeah.
I hate everything.
Yep, that's a good YouTube channel. Okay.
That's it, man.
Did you want to touch on Takeshi?
I don't know. He's snitching. Fuck him.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, we talking.
I don't want our planet to kill us, man.
Yeah, no, it's gonna just keep on trucking. We're just along for the ride, and people need to recognize that. But that's not gonna happen. So everyone should learn how to swim and get a boat.
Yeah, I was like, if you don't know how to swim, now would be a good time to learn.
Yep.
Also, if the sun hurts you, well, I hate to say it, you're probably gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. That's not even directed at anybody specific.
Albinos will be like a thing of the past. Like, as soon as the baby's born albino, they just leave it outside.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. Like,
a bunch of albino babies rotting in the trash.
Not gonna make it. Turning into craisins.
That post-albino abortion.
Like, that shit, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good. Well, it's a nice sunny day outside, so you guys may as well enjoy it while you can.
before a nice sunny day is actually chemically damaging to your skin.
When going outside, it means that you have to wear a suit.
We gonna be alright.
Oh yeah. Oh no. We
gonna be alright.
Fine. We straight.
We good.
Got him.
At least for an extra 10 years.
Oh yeah, we got a 10-year head start.
We are okay.
Sammy Sosa gonna be so mad.
Oh, bro, he gonna be heated. That man
he gonna be heated.
That man has hit puns. That man has hit all 3 colors of the Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah.
Now you just finna go right back to chocolate, bro.
He's like, well, I have options. I can reverse. I hope the second he does, he gets pulled over too.
Yeah.
He gets pulled over.
Sammy Sosa, nah, man. Sammy Sosa's pink. What are you doing? Who are you? Get out. Wild. See y'all for week 18.
Oh, fuck. There's 18 of them?
Yeah.
Woo.
That's like...
Jesus.
That's 4 months. And 2 weeks.
Really? Have we been doing this for that long?
Yeah, I think the first one was in May, dog.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's been a minute. Still trash.